This is the 16,000 BTU AC that is going in the engine room, and I've had it for a couple months. It's been sitting. And from day one, I kind of thought that the intake would just face the bulkhead. I would cut a hole in the bulkhead for the return air grill, and then I would box it in, seal it because it's in the same room with the generator, so it has to be separate. And I would put a T on the blower to go to the right and left side of the cabin. But now I realize that the service port and the gauges will be almost inaccessible if I do that. And what's more, the duct, instead of being up in the corner of the wall out of the way, it's going to be 1.5 feet away from the wall. So I think I'm going to turn it the other way. I'm going to put the return air on this side. I will put 3 inches of clearance around the perimeter. That will give me more total square inches than the actual return, so that should work. And today I'm gonna try to make a T for this, because I'm gonna have a 6-inch duct going both ways. This comes up straight. I'm trying to make a T. So I'm making a T for the air conditioner. The exhaust for the blower comes straight up. I need to go right and left simultaneously, and I don't have room to stack like a combination and then a 90 and then another 90. So I'm making a T. I took a short piece and I took a half of a 6-inch radius and scribed it and played with it until it fit on the pipe pretty well. And then I set it over the center, scribed a hole and cut out the hole. And then I took my pattern that I used and I'm going to mount this in the bottom of the pipe. So it's sort of like a diverter to, I don't know, make it more efficient. I'm guessing, but I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to lay this on top, and then I'm going to screw it through all these little holes, and I'm going to have a T. And I've only bled once so far. Pretty amazing. Here's my finished T. It's not very pretty, but it's going to be just fine. When I finish it, I put it over the anvil and tap the inside, so the inside's a pretty good fit. Now I'm fixing to cover all these little tabs on the outside with this goopy caulk to make sure there are no leaks. Closed these 2 back corners in a while back for the express purpose of having the air conditioner registers up high. It was a pretty simple thing to do. I just added this board parallel with the glass coming up from this little edge, so it's working good. This is the hole going down into the engine room. I have to cut a little bit of an arc here to get my flex duct, and I insulated the back wall because it's an exterior wall. This wall is already insulated behind the white plywood, and I partitioned off the top. It took me a while to figure out exactly how I want to do this, but the top is now going to be just like a register box. And I cut some Formica scraps that we had left over to make a nice little arch to get the air out as efficiently as possible. Alright, this is the air conditioner box for the rear air conditioner. The air conditioner is actually in the same engine compartment as the generator, and that is problematic in that if the generator exhaust were to leak, the air conditioner could suck air and blow it in the cabin, which wouldn't be good. So that's why I have to make a box. I'm going to take the front off and show you what's going on. But first, the control panel was an issue. How to get the cable out. I even opened it up thinking I would unhook all the wires and run it through the sidewall, but I got kind of intimidated when I saw the inside. So I put this little notch in the front door, and the panel will be mounted right here after the box is closed up. Okay, the inside of the front cover is insulated with 1/2-inch foam. I'd rather maybe have a little bit more, but I had this, so I'm going to put it on there and see what happens. The sides and the ceiling are insulated with the 1-inch duct board left over from doing the back air conditioner. On the floor, I have a 1-inch hard rubber mat for the air conditioner to sit on to kind of quiet it down. That's my goal. And then the back, which is open, will screw to the bulkhead, and the back side of the bulkhead is air conditioned space, so it doesn't need insulation. Alright, this is the AC in the box. The control panel will be mounted to the front of the box. Real tight fit with the duct. Getting the flex duct on the galvanizer is going to be tough, and then it offsets a little bit and it'll come out this hole. Same on the other side. I got water in and water out and condensate drain. So my plan is to put the box in the boat, screw it down to the framing, get it secure, and then set the unit in the box, and then try to get the flex duct in it. With Colin's help, we got the flex ducts installed. They're bulkier than I thought they would be. We're going to have to locate the generator control panel somewhere else. But they're in and they're hooked up, and we have sealed up the cavities. The structural plywood is in place. We just need some pretty 1/4-inch plywood to cover it up. And the hole for the return air is cut and ready for the grill to be installed. Alright, the AC is completely installed physically. Still have to run some electricity and some plumbing, but it's all in there. It's very secure. It's tabbed down to the stringer. And time to end this video. Move on to another one.